Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shasa and today I'm bringing you another fragrance review. Today's review will look at Dent by Serge Lutens. And before I dive into the fragrance, I think it's very important that you know a little bit about the perfumer behind the line, Serge Lutens. Serge Lutens, in short, is a creative genius. He is a French photographer, filmmaker, makeup artist, and master perfumer. He got his start at the mere age of 14 working in a salon in his hometown of Lille, which is located in northern France. He quickly developed a profound appreciation for the beauty industry and was really on track for a very illustrious and successful career in the industry. However, before that would happen, at the age of 18, his career was put on pause. He was drafted to fight in the Algerian War. And he said that after the war, he was totally remolded and changed as a person. He decided to take a big leap of faith and a big step towards a career in the beauty world by moving to Paris. And with the help of a close friend, he ended up landing his first major job, working for French Vogue. It was the beginning of a 5-year partnership between him and the luxury company. During his time at Vogue, Serge Lutens quickly became the name to know in the industry. Everybody was knocking on his door for his talents, looking for either a feature or a collaboration. And the next house that would appoint him would be Christian Dior. He spent nearly 12 years with the company developing their first makeup line, also playing with the idea of fragrances. And during this time, he produced 2 short films that showed at the Cannes Film Festival, receiving numerous accreditation and praise. The biggest challenge in Serge Lutens' career would be next. In the early 80s, he was called to spearhead the development of Shiseido's brand. And Shiseido was doing very well at the time. They were a brand that was very wildly successful and popular in Asia, but had really failed to kind of garner an international brand presence. And under Serge Lutens' creative direction, he took Shiseido into their glory days, making them one of the most powerful and recognized brands in the beauty industry. Today, he lives in Marrakesh, Morocco, and a lot of the fragrances, I would say, definitely reference the Middle East, but in short, they really are art pieces. To really understand and to really appreciate Serge Lutens fragrances, you have to like the idea of wearing a scent that not only really transcends being a perfume, but in itself is a work of art. And Dent is the one that we're going to be looking at today. Dent means milk teeth or baby teeth in English. And he says that this fragrance is really a reminiscence of a child's memory. Serge Lutens believes that children have an infinite capacity when it comes to deciphering between good and evil. However, as we transition into our adult phase, he believes that this is something that we tend to lose hold of. It's an ability that we tend to lose touch with. And that's typically because of societal pressures and being pulled in a million different directions by outside influences. So this is really very much a return to a very instinctual way of thinking as a child, a very clear-cut and crystal way of thinking. And the fragrance opens with a very bright blast of aldehydes. You also have a touch of coconut milk, which gives the fragrance this very kind of lactonic milkiness right off the bat. And this fragrance really does kind of showcase this transition from childhood to adulthood. And I love that Serge Lutens kind of uses an analogy with this fragrance. He uses the analogy of a wolf. He says, "A wolf, now tiring of the tongue's game, which has been loosening its teeth for weeks, is ready to move on from milk to blood." He really kind of shows this kind of maturity, this coming to a rite of passage when it comes to kind of transitioning between childhood and adulthood with this fragrance. And I'll be honest with you, right from the beginning with this scent, it was one for me that was actually slightly unsettling. It kind of took me back to this point in my childhood where I almost felt vulnerable. You know, it's a time when you don't really feel like you're necessarily in control of your own destiny. You're just a little bit more vulnerable to, you know, the things of life. You really don't understand everything that the world holds. You almost have this sense of innocence and you don't have the deeper understanding of what life really is. And I think that's really because of the milkiness. There's something about it that is almost infantile. It's almost very childlike. In addition to the kind of coconut milk accord and then the aldehydes, you have this touch of heliotrope, which adds a beautiful floral touch to the fragrance. And then you have a very sharp metallic note. And if you can recall losing your first tooth as a child, and you know, not to be too morbid, but the taste of blood almost has this slight kind of metallic-y undertone or taste to it. Serge Lutens definitely references that in the composition with these metallic notes, which is so cool in my opinion. So really what we have here is a very sharp kind of milky floral. something that is very kind of mysterious, but also very sentimental when you look at what it means to be a child and, you know, kind of being an adult right now, looking back in the sense of past and present. This one is part of his Collection Noir series, and it retails for either $230 for the 100 ml, or the 50 ml is $150. And that is Dent de lait by Serge Lutens. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember, if you haven't done so already, to hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on my latest videos. And I thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.